Good morning, everybody. This is Ramona coming back at you. I know I haven't made a video in a while, but this is going to be a very important video. Sorry, it's really early. It's 7:11 in the morning. I've been up since 5. The kids have gone back to school. Yay! I love my kids, but yeah. It's been a long time I had them, and there's a big shadow on my face, but anyway, so the lighting is all wonky, and where I sit it makes a big shadow on my face right there. It's so annoying. Okay, so alright, this has to do with some things that I'm trying to figure out in my life, figure things out me personally, some battles and struggles that I've been facing, things that I'm realizing about myself, and I've gotten to a point, I think like some of the reasons why I don't do as many videos as I used to is because I got into a point where it's just like, oh my god, confessions, okay? Like, I have to, like, I feel like I'm going to the principal's office and confessing things, and, you know, that's not why I started my channel. It's not, you know, I guess it's like a judgment thing, but I don't want to look at it this way. This is my channel. I want to talk I want to talk about what I want to talk about. And you know what? Things are not always going to be perfect in my life. Okay, I'm not always going to. I'm already getting like bugs, but I'm not always going to have a grip. Okay, and I think that has a small amount of people, tiniest amount of what I'm saying is for you, but a major chunk is for me. I have a really hard time with swallowing the idea that not everything I come up against am I going to conquer. And I have a really hard time with that, I used to think, until very, very recently, that things that I try to change in my life, things that I've tried to change within me, if they don't come to me ASAP, like ASAP, it's because I've been spoiled, you know, like I've always had things go my way, and everything comes to me quick. And I thought that was always the reason why, but I'm starting to realize that that is not the reason why. I have a real strong control issue. I need to control everything all the time, every second of the day. I need to have things conquered in a time frame in which I desire, and if I don't, then I fail. Then I failed. If I can't get things done by a certain deadline, a deadline that I've set up for myself, and I can't meet that deadline, then I fail. People are looking at me, and I think, you know, I set myself up because I live my life in a way that I am a conqueror. Whatever comes my way, I'll conquer it. And I'm not conqueror. I am a conqueror. But not with everything. It's really hard when I lose. When I put myself up against a challenge, and I don't put myself up into major, like the stupid little challenges, okay, in life where like you conquer it, you're like, oh, okay, well that wasn't so impressive and whatever. I'm talking about like the major things that I really, really want. And I'll go around the world. Ask anybody. Listen, I'm not perfect, but and I can be really lazy. And there's a lot of things in this life that don't interest me. They really don't. But like some things that I come across, and when I stamp it as a challenge, I will go around the world and back. I don't care how many times, to get what I want, to get things done, for me to conquer it. And I let it be known that I'm going to conquer this. Wait, watch, and see. That's my favorite thing. Wait, watch, and that I always say. Wait, watch, and see. And does it? God bless you if you're in my way, if you're in my path. It's unfortunate, but I just bowl everything over and I go until it's accomplished. But anyways, okay. and I don't know why, but I always win. I'd always win, and it's very satisfying. Very satisfying. I think that, you know, when people are involved with whatever it is that I'm trying to conquer, I think they just see within me like, that bitch is gonna give up. I'll just lay down and die. Yeah. But okay, so I'm just not feeling really good about myself lately because of my weight. And so this is a part of the Garcinia Cambogia. I don't know if I'm going to do like a second video about this, you know, so I'm more direct, but this is like all around about discipline and not necessarily how to be disciplined, but like just my personal thing, battle that I'm going through. When I was a child, okay, so I say child, I was about 14 years old. 13, about 13, 14. 13 when it started, okay? I slowly, there was things going on in my life, within my home life, that I was losing control. My mother has bipolar, and I didn't know. She just go like on this roller coaster thing, and she always made, it was weird because she always took so good care of me, and I was mostly like, how do you say, like, kind of set aside. My physical needs were very much taken care of, okay, but like I had my nice clothes, I was always fed, I had a roof over my head, my education, you know, my mom and my godmother, they would put me in private schools, not all the schools that I went to, because I moved around a lot. But some of the schools where we thought there was going to be a settled thing, they would put me in private school, which it was one that I really, really liked. But anyway, it was a time I just felt my best friends were adults, and I always felt that kind of alone, lonely, a lone wolf, kind of. Not necessarily a lone wolf because that's like by choice, but I think that, who I was then is who I am now. Same thing, right? But anyways, as I was getting older, my mom would always let me know, when you're 18 years old, you're going to move out of here. You're going to move out into your own apartment. You're going to go on with your own life. So she used to tell me that a lot. And I'm like, something about me, because I was always such a good kid, I'm like, something about me that all of a sudden she wants to get rid of. I don't know. I don't get it. But it was at that point where I just felt like things were starting to. I was starting to lose control of my life. The ground that was once stable underneath my feet was no longer stable, and I just felt like I needed to get a grip, and I needed to take control back, because how I was feeling was really, really scary, and I couldn't control anything in my life other than, and I had to find something to control. So that's like psychology, okay? Child psychology. So I used to have, I had this eating disorder. And it started off with me excessive hand washing and wiping the knobs down in the house. Because my mom used to make sure that the house was always super clean. She was a minimalist as well, so we didn't have like a whole lot of junk in the house. We had everything we had because we needed it, and it was used, and you know what I mean. And everything was spit spot, and that, I don't think that really had a bearing on me per se, but it's just regular house cleaning. But like for me, because of the control thing, I started washing my hands excessively, and I wouldn't even realize that I was doing it. And also washing the doorknobs down all over, and I used to get upset with my mom. Like, that's when I started realizing I had a problem, because I'm like, I yelled at my mom one time. I'm like, did you just touch the doorknobs? And I had like a serious argument with her about touching the doorknobs after I just washed them. And this is like the main doorknob that you go in and out of the house with. Okay? And I'm like, I can tell that you touched the doorknob. I can tell that you did. I remember that. And in that same day, I had left my bedroom and I went into the bathroom, and I was washing my hand excessively. And when I came back into the room, it was about, 15 minutes later. And I stopped everything, and I'm like, the only thing I just went into the bathroom to do was just to wash my hands. So was I washing my hands for 15 minutes? So two things happened. I got into a fight with my mom, a verbal upset with my mom about her touching the doorknobs. That's crazy, okay? And also washing my hands excessively for 15 minutes straight, and I didn't even realize it because it kind of blinked out. 1 minute, 30 seconds of me thinking I'm washing my hands, or even a minute to good scrubbing. I was actually doing it for 15 minutes. And so I said, okay, well, that's nuts, that's crazy, and it's going to stop, because it's not okay. So I remember I didn't tell anybody, I didn't talk about it anything further, and I just sat in my room on purpose on the bed, and I sat on my hands, just stayed there. And I would purposely touch the doorknobs to knock myself out of the craziness of what was happening. And that turned, then later I started, I bought a mirror and I put it in my room, one of those long mirrors, the full body mirrors. Bad idea. I wasn't fat, I wasn't overweight, it wasn't anything unhealthy. When I started looking at myself in the mirror, and all of a sudden, I don't know where I made that big jump, but I started exercising a lot. I would exercise 2-3 hours in a row, maybe 4 hours in a row. I remember I used to generate so much heat. My mom came into my room one time, and she was, why is it so damn hot in here? I'm like, I don't know, it's middle of daylight, in the daytime, the light's coming in here, it's just, I don't know, and I don't have the window open, blah, 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 blah. I came up with so many excuses. I just wasn't expecting two things, for her to walk in, and number two, I didn't expect that I had to lie to cover something up, because I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. I didn't even realize I was exercising that long, so most of the time, I would just blank out and exercise a lot. But I think at that time, too, I was a little bit too deep in to want to change that. That was a problem. Then I went from exercising a whole super lot, from controlling my food intake. Long story short, I became anorexic for, at that point, 4 years solid, until I was 18. Then after that, off and on, and I had to like see a specialist and the whole 9 yards. And then it was like up until, no, I'm sorry, it was like a little bit longer than that, until like 20. What broke me out of it was that I got pregnant, and my doctor, the specialist doctor, she begged me pretty much to abort the child because she thought that I was going to starve my child. And I'm actually kind of glad that she said that, because once again, I'm a conqueror. You know, I challenge people. I don't want people looking at me in a way that I can't do anything. So I'm glad that she put me up to that challenge, because it realized it wasn't that necessarily that she gave me a challenge. It was more like the fact that somebody's looking at me in a wrong light and I have to fix it. And a lot of these things that I was having to fix was not like, okay, I'm going to fix this. I just started fixing it, and just very abnormally, in an abnormal way. But yeah, I remember controlling. That was another thing that I was controlling. But that was the beginning. So my son came out really super duper healthy and happy and what have you. But then that started me having a disorder as well. So now that I'm not anorexic, now that I'm not controlling my food intake, now I was excessively eating. And at that point, downhill. And so for many years, for like I was 20, 30, so about 15 years at that point, my weight would fluctuate. And a lot of the times it was just that, you know, I would black out, and I would start eating excessively. So like I cashed in one eating disorder for the next eating disorder, and I didn't realize that I had it. There was such thing as an eating disorder of just excessively eating, because it's not, you know, I didn't understand why some people would lose weight so easy. But I couldn't conquer this. I couldn't conquer it, and I didn't understand why. You know, like they would realize that, oh, I gained a few pounds. I gained a few pounds, even if it was like 10 pounds. they're like, oh, okay, I'll just fix that, and they would. And you would see them, they're eating healthy and happy, and they're going on with their life. And I didn't understand how they can conquer things so easily. Discipline themselves so easily. I was mad at that fact. Anyway, so here I am, 41. Oh my God, I'm getting so old. And yes, I'm smoking one of these because I'm having a hard time. They're not like smoking, it's water vapors, but so what? And so I guess I'm making this video because I'm sick. I've had it up to here. I'm so big right now, well, super big right now because I'm having like really bad water retention. I couldn't even get into my jeans this morning, and I definitely know that was the water because I was fine a couple of days ago. But it's hard because I feel like I'm losing grip. What does it say about me that I can't control anything? I mean, I can control a lot of things. I'm a winner. I can win. I conquer. You give me things to conquer, I will conquer it. But I can't conquer this one thing. And it makes me stop and like seriously take a look at myself. Like, and the weird thing is that like sometimes I get close to conquering something, and then I realize this because I'm, folks, listen, I'm not stupid. I may have like some like memory loss at times, but I'm not a stupid person, okay, and I'm not realizing what I'm doing all the time. It's not that I have, I'm flip-flopping in my life aimlessly and uncontrollably, and I don't care, and I don't see a problem. That's not the reality of it. I'm very smart, average, and see what's going on, but it just makes it worse. Because I know the psychology behind everything, what I do and what you do. But what's the point? Okay. So last year, I decided, that I've lost control. I lost control of my life. And things were really, really out of control, and I was in an abusive relationship. I was in an environment that was abusive, and what that means is that not a lot of people liked me, and it was it has nothing to do with me per se, but it does have to do with my environment, because I come off as a kind of being true to myself, being a kind of person. I like to think that I'm down to earth and that I'm a friendly, adaptable person, so I can adapt to certain people, okay? And in certain communities and certain lifestyles or whatever. I'm an adapter, okay? But people think that, maybe they think that I'm like not fun because I don't want to sit there and drink and do drugs, and I like to challenge myself. I like better, and they think that I'm too good for my shoe, like my britches, really. And but I'm not trying to be any way other than myself. If that's who I am, that's who I am. If you feel inferior around me because I not purposely put myself on a pedestal, I'm just living my life. And you feel like you think she thinks that she's all that, the bag of chips. Well, then okay, let me be that. Because that's not what I'm thinking. I'm just living my life. And I'm a very friendly person. But anyways, a lot of people didn't, in the area didn't like me. And I think that also that had a lot to do with my ex, because I bet you anything she was out there. You think that you can trust the people. You live your life blindly, and things are not what they seem. Who you call a friend, best friend, it's not always going to be your best friend. She's probably out there just soiling my name. Maybe not. Or maybe they're just, they're envious, they're jealous, and they just want to talk and me. But I am sensitive. I am human, I am sensitive, and I do care what people think about me, and I am a good person, and I hate when people say I am a good person, because everybody has a dark side. Yes, I'm a good person, I have a dark side, but, but overall, I try to be fair, and I try to be good, that was hard for me to control, and also the relationship I was in, it was just really, really abusive, and I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just decided that I was losing control of my life, and I decided that I'm going to get a grip. Because the depression that I was starting to get really, 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 really super duper depressed. I cut my hair super short. Accidentally, my bangs, so my bangs. I was getting really, really depressed, and not even really knowing that I was fully depressed. I was starting to eat a whole lot more, or not eat a whole lot more, and I just felt like I had no control over anything. I just felt like I was being controlled by others in other situations. So I decided last year, I dumped my girlfriend, I quit smoking. I was working out every 3-4 times a day. Not a day, a month, a week, regular 3 or 4 days out of the week I would, work out, just try to feel good about myself. And I also started working for having a love for myself, working on me, and I felt really optimum, and I felt like at my best. I felt really, really great. And I also got the friends out of my life who, the one who I thought was like a really good friend of mine, she wasn't. At some point, I don't know, something turned, and then other people, I just got them out of my life, and it felt good. I didn't care if I was, I did care. That was an adjustment of being alone, but I just felt like, I'll make friends later on. They'll be my friends. They'll be ones who I chose. Okay, and I was on a roll, and it felt really, really great. And this year, I said I'm gonna do the same thing, and I came up against a lot of problems and issues, but every time that I would battle those out. I like the worst part is that with my eating. So mostly this is about eating right now, because this is what I can't control, and gonna shut me up really quick. I'm just tired of and I've noticed that I'm definitely having an issue with my weight. And it has everything to do with everything. We've had like a few days of nice weather here. Definite spring weather, 50 degrees. You still, like, you would only need really a good sweater. And it's making me aware of spring is almost here, and I'm bigger, I'm as big as anything. And I'm trying to, I don't know where to go at this point. I don't, so usually, like, when I make a video, I'm like, okay, I resolved something, so I can talk about what's been going on, and here's his resolution. At this point, I don't have a resolution, because I don't know what to do at this point. So I was doing Garcinia cambogia, and I stopped taking that for a really long time. I didn't want to say anything, but yeah, because I just figured that it's okay, Ramon, it's okay, because you're going to conquer this. You're going to conquer this. What's important is that you lose the weight, and people are going to see you as a winner and somebody who has some serious control. And when you make a decision, you decide on something, you knock it out of the ballpark, and everything's going to be all right. And that's what I figured for this weight loss. I guess I'm upset because my reality is breaking down. This could be a good thing, you know, but it's also a very scary thing. My reality is breaking down, that I don't have all the control, and things are not perfect, and I can't. And I have to stop doing things based on trying to be a winner, because the truth of the matter is that in order to lose all this weight in a healthy way, it's going to take a year, and it's going to drip off, and not a lot of people, you know, realize what I'm doing, and I'm not okay. It's still going to be an issue for me, because I'm not okay. I'm not okay with things dripping off little by little by little. I'm not okay with it. I'm not. It's one of those things that I need done ASAP. Deadline, and the weather's getting nice out, and I realize my deadline is creeping up, and how am I going to lose 100 pounds in a few months? It's not going to happen. I lose. Don't win. And I ruined my feet because a few months ago, a year ago, I decided, you know, after not working out for a really long time, I decided to go on a power walk for 2 hours, and I messed up my feet, which put me out of commission. I couldn't even walk on them. They were so painful, like falling on my knees painful, which I've done a few times. I can't, because I couldn't stand on my feet. And it was really bad. Now I have spurs on the bottom of my feet, which are like, they feel like knives, on my heel, and so when I say I really messed them up, I really messed up my feet. And all because I just wanted to try to, like, no holds barred, whatever it takes, I'm going to lose this weight ASAP. And it has something to do with my weight, because you know what? Truth is that when I'm home alone, I don't give two fucks if I'm, like, heavy. I don't give two cares about eating the cookies. I don't. What I do care about is that there's no control. I have no control, and the lack of control, it bothers me. And the fact that people are looking at me as a person who has no control bothers me. She's not a conqueror. She has no discipline. I have a hard time with people seeing me as a loser. And it's one thing, because I'm not a loser. I'm not. But I guess I am, as far as the weight is, because I can't control it. I feel like a complete idiot. And I have no resolution for you. I have not. I have no answers on what to do. The anorexia, I was actually, like, thinking about going back. Minimizing my food. So I was gonna go on a Jello diet. I'm like, I don't know, like some kind of like liquid diet or a Jello diet or something to make me lose this weight ASAP, because I don't want people to think that I'm a loser and I can't control anything and I can't conquer, because I am a conqueror. I just can't control this, so I guess I can't conquer, and that makes me a loser with this one thing. What's the problem? And so I'm in this fight and flight every 5 seconds. Even while I'm sitting here, I'm like in a fight and flight, and to just respond by like, that's it. I'm gonna do A through Z. It will get done. It will get done. You wait and see. You wait and see. It will get done. Watch. And that's my mentality with everything. And I always knock everything. I always knock things out of the park. Always do. This is one thing that I can't do it. And it makes me angry. And I could do some shadow work. Find some answers. Find some answers, I guess. Do some shadow work within myself. I was wondering, like, okay, well, I figure out why it is that I already know why. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to work on it. There's nothing more for me to do but work on it. And and like the other thing that bothers me too, and this is, I don't know if anybody's going to watch this all the way to the end, but I don't know how fair this is for me to say this, but for all the people out there who are overweight, and you're wondering if it's going to be different on how people treat you, but people will treat you very differently. When you're heavier, and there's one thing that I do know this. Whether I'm thin or fat, I'm always the same person. Okay? Always the same person. Which I like. That's interesting. I'm always the same person. So it doesn't make you any... So if you're brilliant, if you're a vivacious, vibrant, sunshiny person, no matter what size you are, you're always going to be that. You feel like a winner at any point in your life when you were thin. Even if you're heavier, you're still a winner. That I learned. And what I do learn, and that's how you can feel about yourself, but what I have learned is that the world treats you different. The world treats you very differently based on how, at your weight. When I was thinner, and I'm not like 100 pounds less, because I don't like, anybody who knows me, I don't like skinny. So when I say smaller, I'm not reaching for, 118 pounds anorexic girl. No, I'm not. Because I think that skinny people, I don't find it all that like super duper skinny, like thigh gap skinny. It's just okay, I don't like it. But where am I headed with this? But anyways, for myself, I don't like ultra skinny. I like to be a size between 16 18. I think that I look really, really great at that size. I have a medium to large frame, okay? I'll say a medium. I have banging hips, okay? So like, even when I was like super, super skinny, my hips are wide. So you can see the bone of my hip, but they just, I'm not an hourglass. I am more like a pear shape, because I'm like smaller on the top, and then I have my hips. That's my mama. Got that from my mother. Actually, she's more like hourglass, because she's bigger up here. Yeah, whatever. But I'm like more of a pear shape. And so what was I saying about that? Okay, so I like my body when I'm at a size 16, 18. I think it's very attractive. Anything below that, I'm 5'8", and I like how I look when I'm only my size 18. I'm not even 16. 16 is too small. 18. I'm hit 18, 20. Not so much 20. 18. Well, I'm fine with that. But people treat you seriously different. So I've had big amounts of time when I was really, really skinny. People treat you differently. People will get into traffic jams trying to look at you. They will break your neck trying to look at you. They give you all this attention, There's never a time that I walk down the street where heads will constantly turn. And sometimes I found that very, very annoying. Other times it's just like, of course. And but when you're heavier, I'm the same person, okay? Same person. This is what makes me angry too. I'm the same person, but once you're heavier, nobody sees you anymore. Nobody sees you. You've magically gone missing. You've magically disappeared. Seriously. People won't hold the doors for you. People don't want to go out of their way to help you out, really. It's true. People used to help me out all the time. If I go like, oh no, I'm so tired, I want to go back and get the gallon of milk. I swear to God, everybody will come running and be like, oh, I'll get it for you. Now, like when you're heavier, they're like, nobody says a damn thing. Nobody will help you out. Nobody will. I mean, like when I was thinner, people will, like workers, say if I'm like going grocery shopping, people will actually walk around and help me out. Workers there, like, oh, let me help you with it. Oh, yeah, like you know what I mean. And then when you're fatter, like, it's over there. I said it's over there. Like, okay, or like, you know, I can go on with that, but yeah, nobody sees you when you're heavier. It's so sad, right? And except I like, or it pisses me off because even though I like to be at a size 18, but I don't like people who are big. I don't like it. That's just preference. I like medium size bodies, a little smaller than mine, okay? That's just preference, what I'm attracted to. And I don't know where I was going with that either. My memory is like until. But okay, so this is like a really long video, and yeah, I probably don't want to watch that, but this is just stuff that I've been going on, what's been going on in my life lately. I don't have the answers of what I need to do to take care of anything, but it's really leaking into other areas of my life that I've always taken pride in, you know. And that's got to stop, because I don't like things to bleed, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to have an issue in their life. Everybody will have a problem. If we didn't have any problems in our lives, then what the hell is there point in living? Because we would be so bored and crazy and have nothing to fix. We have nothing to fix, nothing going on to, you know, no work to do. Life can get pretty boring pretty fast, but there's a difference between having this one problem. Don't let that problem bleed into other, contaminating the rest of your life, because the contaminating what you got going good for you. But okay, so in saying that, I'm going for the people who got it, I think I will make a second video for the Garcinia Cambogia. This is more of a personal thing that's been going on with my life, but I definitely am going to go back on the Garcinia Cambogia. That shit works. That's the one thing I can guarantee, and I can I'm going to take that back, because you can't guarantee that's another thing that I've learned, is that everybody's body is different. So what works for me may not work for you, but a lot of people, it's helping. Okay, you do need to have it 2 weeks into your system. I feel like 2 weeks in your system before you're going to see anything, but once that shit's in your system, I was eating not so healthy. I was eating because I was going through a chaos kind of thing within myself, and so I wasn't eating the greatest. But you know what? A lot of times I didn't want to report what my weight was, because I didn't want to do the weigh-in. I knew my ass gained some weight. I had to have gained weight. But when I've done the measurements, and I saw that my waist was getting smaller, my hips were smaller, everything was getting smaller, I was losing inches. I'm like, this Garcinia shit, it works. It works. Because there's no way in hell that should be, I should, you know. I know my body. You know. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. So, this is what's going on. Okay. Bye. So I guess this is like my new things that I'm going to have to work on. My new journey in life. My new journey in life right now is trying to resolve this issue of discipline, and just stuff. So I'm gonna have like a lot. See, like even now, I can't really tell you what's going on. I'm gonna work on this, that, and the other. I can't because I don't know where to start right now. To start, I only know one thing: there's a problem, and that's That's a really good start. Is acknowledging that there is a problem. I know this is a problem, and I'm going to work on it. If you ever see me come on here, like anytime recent, like soon after, like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and like, oh yeah, I'm definitely conquered this. You know what? That's just me being the conqueror mentality, and that's good to a very certain level. But when it comes to this, it's, I really have to be logical because it's going to take me like a year to get this weight off, for it to come up, or whatever. And see, I'm still not accepting that. It's going to take time. I don't want it to take time. I want it now, ASAP. Yeah. And work on that. Okay, so if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. I know my videos can run long, but I'm gonna really try to work on it not being as long as they usually are. But love you guys. Bye.